Well, welcome to episode 3 of Jumpstart Your Watercolor Basics. And last time we used Counterchange to add pizzazz to a form, to a painting. And today we're going to use Counterchange again to add that impact, that special impact on a more complex subject. So let's go ahead and get started. So the more complex form this time is going to be my hand. And for those of you following around, I did a careful drawing by tracing. I put my hand like that and just went around and traced the outline of my hand and arm. All is fair in art, so if you need to, if you're in a hurry, this is a good way to get a quick sketch of your hand to play with. Now, we're going to be painting this with Counterchange, and to review a touch, Counterchange is where you have the white part of your form, you have that contrasted against the dark background. And then at the other end of your form, down here, you have your arm is going to be dark. So, and then that's going to be contrasted against the light background. And in between, you have a nice gradation, a subtle gradation in your form. And you have a nice gradation in the background. Dark to light, light to dark. The eye loves gradation, so we're going to take advantage of that and see if we can add a little pizzazz to the subject of the hand. I'm going to start by, actually I'm going to use my wash brush, my 1-inch wash brush, and we're going to mix up some dark color. And I like burnt sienna and ultramarine blue. For this one, you've seen me use ultramarine blue and cadmium red. That's another combination. What you don't see me use is black paint or Payne's gray, because that's a very boring combination. It just doesn't, it has its uses, but it's not very fun. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start by sort of outlining in paint part of the form. Oh, it's no longer an outline because it's not two parallel edges. Okay, now I want my background to be pretty light, actually. There's no reason why it can't be light. As long as the edge against the hand is dark, we're going to get a lot of impact. So let's continue on. I'm going to change over to another brush. Round brush to get in here. Big wash brush now. We're going to blend that out. So what we have now is we don't have a dark outline around that. That's an edge, a single edge. And we're gradating the background from dark in this area down to a very light quality here at the base. Yeah, it might even run it into the hand. That's optional. I need to get it a little darker at the top too. My paint, it's wet paint, it is dripping into that hand area. So with a very dry application of paint, let's maybe darken it up a touch. Okay, the application of a gradation is always dark to light, top to bottom, if you're working vertically especially. So in order to get the counter gradation in the hand, which is going to be dark down here and light up there, I need to flip the whole paper over, which is what I'm going to do. I'm also going to dry the paper a bit so that we don't get a lot of bleeds. Okay, now I've dried the paper off and I'm ready now to do a counter gradation here with a warmish dark mix, a brownish mix to a very light mix down here. And that'll give us that double gradation that I'm looking for. So I'm mixing up burnt sienna and a little bit of ultramarine blue. So this is going to be warm, but still dark. Might add a little red to it just to make it a little more interesting. Very dry mix, whipping cream consistency. And I'm starting here. And I'm going to add water to it. And we're going to lighten it up as we go down. I'm going to have to add a lot of water to make this work at this point. Got an even wider, very light wipe. Okay, now let's flip it over again, and so I can finish it up and see what I'm getting. Well, if I look at it here, the overall gradation it seems to be working pretty good. We've got some edges aren't working. This gradation back here is not working. It's the background is the problem. And I want to bring some of that blue into this area so that it's more of a subtle gradation. Right now it's just sort of blocky hand against a dark background. So let's see if I can do that. I'm mixing up that burnt sienna and ultramarine blue. And we're going to move it on down and see if we can't blend it a little bit more. I'm flicking it down here because I think a soft edge there will look better. Now let's try the other side of the hand. Not intended. Okay, adding water to the brush and lightening up my application of paint as I go down. This rough texture is bothering me, so we're just going to smooth it out a touch. Might be a good terminus of the picture. Right there. And let's move on here. I want to do something like this too. I'd break an edge, to soften an edge or two. This is totally up to you. Whether you want to do something like this. Trust your instincts. Okay, so we're going to call that a finished painting. And I'm going to put a mat on it, and I think that'll clean it up a lot. And you'll see the results here in a second. So.